get them to PDF remotely, which is so weird. I've never had that issue before.
You couldn't get them to what?
I couldn't get them to print a PDF. Like I was remoting into the township from my house, and all I did was print a PDF, and it wouldn't pop up for me to be able to save it anywhere. So I'm like, I had to wait to get into work to PDF them.
Same computer?
Yeah, same computer. So weird. It was very weird. I think we're just waiting on Paul.
Rich is here. Hi, Rich.
No.
Hey guys, how's everyone?
All right.
Good.
So are you back at the shore or are you someplace else?
No, back in Warren County.
Okay. Last time we met, it sounded like you were at the shore.
I was. I was on vacation.
We appreciate you giving up your vacation for this group.
I apologize for any background noise that crept in.
Yeah, something about $45 or $55 a ticket for something. That I picked up while you were away.
Outrageous. Highway robbery.
Hey, go to Disney. It's even more.
Yeah, I heard that's murder down there.
$165 a day, I think now.
Wow.
I still have, I think, 10 days left on a lifetime ticket.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, when I decide to get back there.
How do you get a lifetime ticket?
Well, back when we bought them in, I guess it was, I want to say mid-90s, they had lifetime tickets. They don't do that anymore. Your tickets don't expire if you don't use them.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay.
we have 3 tickets for my wife, my daughter, and I think it came out to, we have 10 days left between those 3 tickets.
Wow, cool.
Yeah.
Hold on. Paul's on the wrong meeting. Hold on a second.
Is this meeting number different than the one from a week ago?
The meeting number?
Yeah.
I
There was
believe
one-
so. I believe
Okay.
they change every time.
Okay. Because there was one that was sent out a week ago. And then this one.
Did yours come from Charles Volker or somebody else?
Well, the latest one came from Chuck Volkert.
Yes.
Okay.
And the one before that, which I have on my calendar. This is meeting 35919. Yeah, see, the meeting that was the VTMUA that was sent out last time, the meeting number was 35919, and this one is a different number.
Yeah, this is
Hey,
883 45 43 5919 webinar.
Paul, are you on the phone?
I'm on the phone.
Can you hear everybody else?
I heard voices. I thought I heard Andy a minute ago.
Yes, sir. Hi, Paul.
Are they the voices in your head, Paul?
What's that?
Are they the voices in your head?
It could be that too, yeah.
All right, let's get going. Paul's on. He's on. He's not dialed in, but I merged him into the phone call.
Okay.
Now I have a stupid question. Is this the same meeting number as it is for the public?
Yes. Yeah, and the
Ooh.
website is updated with this one, so I guess we just don't have anybody attending tonight.
Okay, you ready?
Let's knock it out of the park.
Okay, this is the July 30th, 2020 Vernon Township MUA meeting. Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of the regular meeting has been provided to the public and the press on January 20th, 2020 by delivering to the press such notice, posting the same at the municipal building, and file with the office of the township clerk. Salute to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the
To
flag
the flag of the United States
States of America,
and
to
to
the
the
republic
republic
for which
which
it stands,
one
one nation,
nation, under
under
God,
God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with
with
liberty
liberty,
and
justice
justice.
justice
for all.
Okay, roll call of members.
Sure. Mike Fury,
Here.
Dave McDermott,
Here,
Paul Carney,
Here.
Kristen Wheaton,
Present.
Andrew Pitsker.
present.
We also have Rich Wenner on the line.
Yep, I'm here.
All right, Rich, how are you? And then Colette, she's here too. And right. Okay, we'll make a motion to open to the public.
I'll
Motion.
make the motion.
I'll second it.
Motion by Paul Carney, seconded by Dave McDermott. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? Okay, we'll open it to the public. Is Danelle, is there any members of the public you see?
No.
Nobody on?
Nope.
Okay, we'll make a motion to close to the public.
Make a motion to close to the public.
Second.
All right, motion by Dave McDermott, seconded by Kristen Wheaton. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Danelle, do you want to go into executive session now, or do you want to?
Well, I mean, so it's really up to you. If you guys are comfortable with going over like the interlocal and approving the interlocal without having a closed session to discuss it. I know we discussed it at the last meeting. That's up to you. I put it on here for the purpose to have the executive session for the purpose of contractual agreements, which would be the interlocals, and possible litigation. So it's really up to you if you wanted to discuss or just approve interlocals. That's up to the board. I don't know if Rich has anything to say about that.
Can we move the executive session to the end?
I don't see anything wrong with that.
All right, I hate to move it at the last second, but let's wait. Let's move it to the end and go through the agenda.
And just a question, Mike, on point of order, since we did not return to the public session at our last meeting, is there any reason that we need to conclude that here?
Well, that's what we're going to do next. We're going to go back, revisit the interlocal agreement. I don't, do we have to, a point of order, do we have to open it? I don't know what we have to do. What do we have to do?
No. So we already opened the meeting to the public. People had the opportunity to speak. Next, it would just be approving resolutions. As long as you guys are okay with the interlocal agreements as they are, you can vote on the interlocal agreements. Rich, I don't know if you have anything, if you had anything to add.
No, not as it relates to that. That's spot on. I think Kristen's question was in regard to the last meeting, which we never got a chance to properly close because of technical issues. And in answer to that, I would just put a statement on the record and Danelle and I spoke about this that night when it happened. Just read into the record what happened, so that there is something in the record in the minutes saying at the last MUA meeting. Upon resumption or trying to resume open session coming out of closed session, we had a technical issue. We were unable to resume the open session. No action was taken, and just so the minutes reflect that will be covered.
Okay, Colette, can you, that's, as Rich said, just make a note of that. We have problems with technical problems and on voting on those two resolutions, and that we moved it to this meeting. So let's go to resolution number 20-30, establishing interlocal service agreement with the Township of Vernon for the service of financial administration. Do you want to do one at a time, Danelle? Is that the best way to do it?
Yeah, I think so. Just so we have a vote on each one.
Can everyone have an opportunity to look over the final draft of what Danelle sent around for that agreement, the financial, and is there any questions about that resolution?
I was quite happy with the way it came out, Janelle. I don't think there's any issues with it. It looks fine by me. I think the only thing that was that list when it came to the financials. Do we have everything covered here as far as the checklist compared to what Colette does?
Yes.
Comparison there. I mean,
Yeah.
that was what I want to make sure that we don't have any overlap, but also that we have a good cross function of what goes on with those two. That was my only note I have here.
Yes. Yeah, we're good. We're good on that.
Okay. So do we have, and this is probably a process and procedure thing, do we now have a checklist of what you and Colette cover versus this?
Well, so they're two different things. So okay, so I cover things as CFO for this agreement, but then like everything administrative is separate. I don't know, like are you asking like if there's a description for what Colette and I do, like as the administrator and the administrator assistant?
Yeah, and I'll give you an example that I circled was maintain all vendor records. Are the vendor records also managed by the MUA, or is that all managed by the financial and administrative services?
That's managed by finance and administrate and like the financial administration. We handle that in finance because it has to do with purchasing, and there are certain like regulations that we have to meet with W-9s and BRCs and quote and all that threshold stuff.
So we can, in the MUA, we can source it, but then they manage it.
Yeah, you guys don't even store it. We store all of it. But
No,
there's no charges for that kind of stuff on here. We're talking about straight time.
Yeah, but not storing it, sourcing it. Say I want to source a different vendor than what we have in the town. Is that?
Oh, then. So if we're starting a new vendor, what usually happens is I ask Colette as the administrator to reach out to a vendor and obtain their W-9 and BRC, or just their W-9.
Okay.
And then I have her email that over to the women in the finance office. They set it up in Edmonds as a new vendor because they know the information they need to get for that.
Right, and that's a cross-functional comparison that I was looking at there.
Right, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. That's what I was looking at. Thank you.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Any other questions about that interlocal agreement? Comments?
I guess, I'm sorry, my question is, did we receive copies of the actual resolutions? I know we got the agreements.
Oh.
Yeah, it is.
Janelle.
It's, do you have your PDF open by chance?
Yeah.
No, she's asking, did you get a copy of the resolution? Well, we have a copy of the actual agreement, but the actual resolution.
No, the resolutions are before the agreement in your packet.
Right
So
there.
if you're looking, it's on page 5 for the financial one.
Right when you open it up.
Yep.
Whereas.
The packet that was,
Yeah, if you look at your PDF packet,
From-
page 5.
okay. Hold on.
Yeah, it's page 5.
Why am I, oh, that's because I'm viewing it as a web page. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like, it was only one, it was, okay, gotcha.
Okay.
Yep, good. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions from anybody? Any comments? All right. Entertain a motion to pass resolution 20-30.
I will make that motion.
I will second it.
Kristen made a motion, seconded by Dave McDermott. Do you need a roll call?
Sure. Mike Fury,
Yes?
Kristen Wheaton,
Yes.
Dave McDermott,
Yes.
Paul Carney,
Yes.
and Andrew Pitzker.
Yes.
Okay, moving on to the next resolution. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm not that nimble with my. The next one is a resolution for the interlocal agreement with the DPW. That is resolution 20-31. It's a resolution establishing interlocal services agreement with the Township of Vernon for the services of the Department of Public Works employees to manage and maintain the Vernon sewer collection system. Is there any comments? Anybody have any comments on either the resolution or the actual contract? Pretty detailed.
May I open it up to discussion?
Yeah, go ahead.
Where are we at with the discussion regarding this with Chuck Volkert and the mayor? Was there any review done by them?
Yeah. Sorry, Mike, go ahead.
Yeah, what's going to happen if we pass it in our meeting? This will go. These two agreements will go in front of the town council for their vote. They have to vote on it. I'm pretty certain that they were given copies of it.
Yes.
And they didn't have. I don't think they had any real substantial comments back, right? No, I didn't.
Yeah, no, that's 100% correct. Mike and I actually met with them to discuss both interlocals, and they did have copies of these interlocal agreements, and we did discuss all the differences between the former interlocal and the current one. So they're okay with it. I didn't receive any comments from them, and like Mike said, he didn't either. And I've spoken with them, after Mike and I met as well. So I think that they're comfortable with this, and I think they're happy with this agreement.
All right, now this is a dialogue between the mayor and Chuck, correct?
Yeah, we had.
All right, but nothing with the DPW or the union, correct?
No, we did not meet with them. The only dialogue we had was with the mayor and Chuck, the business administrator, and that was the only contact we had.
All right, so do we have clearance and agreement with the union? Because this only goes till the end of the year, and then we go back into another negotiation.
Correct. And I think that's what we wanted. So we wanted to, in order to get our house together, not to extend it beyond a year.
That's right. And we were going to look around and see if there were other options.
Right, just want to make sure everybody's aware of that this goes to the end of the year, and we're in agreement with the mayor and the business administrator, and this then will be pushed forward to the town council for their approval. But
That's correct. That's the way it's going to work. After we're done with both these agreements, that's been handed down by the council.
Okay, very good. You satisfied all my questions?
Any other questions, anybody?
No.
No. All right, we have a motion to pass. I'm sorry, I lost my key already. What's the resolution number again, Danelle?
It'd be 2031.
2031. Do I have a motion to pass resolution 2031?
Motion by Andrew Pitsker.
Andrew, seconded by Dave?
Yeah, I second it.
Yeah, so motion made by Andrew Pitsker, seconded by Dave McDermott. Let's have Danelle have a roll call.
Yep. Mike Fury,
Yes.
Dave McDermott,
Yes.
Paul Carney,
Yes.
Kristen Wheaton,
Yes.
and Andrew Pitsker.
Yes.
Resolution passes. So everyone understands that. I'm going to repeat myself, but at the next council meeting, which I don't know what that date is, do you happen to know that date, Danelle?
Yes, it is August 10th.
August 10th, that council meeting, these two will be brought up at that meeting, and then they have to pass that. Rich, anything else you have to add to that? Like anything that you can add?
No, I think you've covered it accurately. We'll be presenting, they'll be considering the agreements as presented by the MUA from tonight's vote, and we'll wait for their action.
All right, good. All right, moving on to the approval of minutes. We'll start with the June 4th, 2020 Some minutes went out. There was revised minutes that Danelle sent out. They were a little more succinct. Did everybody have a chance to review June 4th, 2020 minutes?
Yes.
Any questions about the minutes?
No.
No, nothing here.
Nothing there. Anybody? See no questions, concerns. Anybody want to make a motion to pass those minutes?
I'll make a motion to pass the minutes as shown.
Dave McDermott made a motion,
I'll second that.
seconded by Andrew Pitzker. We don't have to do a roll call. We just all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Anybody abstain? So those minutes are approved. Moving on to July 16th, 2020. Any questions on those minutes? Everybody got a chance to review them? And so there's no questions on that. Anybody want to make a motion to pass the minutes from July 16th, 2020?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Dave McDermott,
Second.
second by Paul Carney. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? Any abstentions? Nobody abstained? All right, so those minutes are approved. Going on to the work session, some old business. Pump Station 2 update. Danelle,
Yeah.
can you give us an update?
Sure. So as I spoke at the last meeting, the iBank had sent me an update with some instructions, but their instructions, after I read into them, basically said, we've assigned you 3 people to look at your application. So I just got those updates again this week that they're actually the people who are assigned to it, and I really can't do anything until they do what they have to do on their end. So I'm just kind of waiting. We're just kind of waiting in limbo, but it's good because we have 3 people reviewing. So that's a positive thing. It's progress. The next one, too, which I can touch really quick on for the RFQ for engineering services. We have had some people respond and say that they're going to send in packets. So that's really great. Quite a few firms already have, shown interest in it. So that's a positive thing. And our QPA will be handling that. Handling receipt of all of those proposals, and then we'll forward all of those over to us, the deadline, which is, I think, the middle end of August.
Have we received any questions yet?
No questions yet.
How many firms have we actually had inquire?
How many have we had inquire? I received phone calls from 2, and I got an email from another one. I believe the QPA sent over, I think there were 4 firms that he heard from, so.
Good.
The question I have, and this is actually for everybody, once we get, what was the deadline to get these in by,
I want to say, let me double check. I'm going to bring it up right now. I know it's like the middle end of August.
I have a question for everyone on the MUA about reviewing these. Do we prefer to review them all together, everybody on the MUA, or do you want to have a subcommittee, or what do you want to do?
I'd like to do it together.
I agree with that. Everybody agree that we'll do it all as an MUA?
I think we
Yes.
should, because we all have different skill sets that would help.
Good.
Get the best out of everybody.
That works for me.
So the deadline is August 21st. They're supposed to be, that's when our opening will be in public here at Town Hall.
All right. And then it's possible we can have them reviewed by the September meeting, or we'll decide. It'll be a lengthy process.
Yeah, we have time.
Yeah, should we schedule a date where we can all sit down and discuss this as a workshop, or do it individually and then have a meeting?
That's a good point, Andy. I think that's a great idea. We'll dedicate like one workshop to a review of all the proposals, because that's a pretty lengthy process. There's going to be a lot to digest and take in. So
That would be a closed session.
I don't know.
Let's get some advice from Rich on that.
Yeah, Rich, what do you think, Rich?
So no, I think it should be done in open. I don't know what would we use as a qualifying reason for a closed session on this discussion.
Okay.
I don't think you can. Yeah, I think it's got to be open.
I think you're safer that way. Thanks, Rich.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we'll dedicate that to a workshop. Like that'll be the entire meeting. Administrative update. Anything, Danelle, that you could think of?
Yeah, so there were a couple things I just wanted to update everybody on. As you guys already know, our new licensed operator is Howard Leisure, so move forward with that. I sent him over the safety reports. I know he's been reviewing it. It's actually funny because he's texting me right now about it. He's been reviewing the safety reports with the guys to see what else needs to be done. I'm going to be contacting an electrician next week to get somebody out once he confirms with me exactly the work that has to be done at the stations. He's also going to be looking to see, and he'll be letting me know if there's anything else on those lists that they can take care of, or if there's any vendors that I need to contact regarding that. We are starting work finally. I have a PO for work on the Sentinel systems. Basically, Ray from North Jersey Pump is going to come in. He's already contacted them. He contacted them this afternoon, the manufacturer, so that he can have everything reset on the system, new usernames, passwords, all that jazz, so we can get that up and running. I did have the town IT come out and check the former director's computer, because supposedly the program was on there. They found nothing. There was no program on there. He got emails with alarms, but there was no like data or anything, no existing program that collected any data. So that'll be moving forward. Hopefully we'll have some more information from Ray next week. And I reached out to Howie about giving me a list of the exact data that we want. I'm going to put him in touch with Ray so that everything is, we have everything that we want to collect and keep track of. I also sent out quotes for the force main eval, the 2 items that need to get taken care of for that. I've heard back from 2 vendors so far. One does not do the work. The other one had a couple of questions. So hopefully we'll hear back from them in the next week or so we can get moving on that. I did reach out to 3 or 4 firms on that to get quotes. So hopefully we hear back. And one of the most important things, the county's letter. I know I sent you guys, I forwarded their email for an update for the letter from Jim McDonald. That letter was created, but they've sent it through, a bunch of higher ups. So it went to the administrator sent it out to their attorney for review before they sent it to us. So now we're just kind of waiting. So I will touch base with them again next week regarding that. It shouldn't really be taking this long, but such is life. And that's about it.
Yeah. Good. Any commissioners' comments? We'll go to all the commissioners. I'll start with Andy. Anything from Andy?
At this point, I think what you just mentioned, Danelle, regarding the force main eval, I want to go back to that a minute, is that did Serene give you any vendors to which to go after with this as well?
Yes, those are the vendors that I'm using.
Okay, but they haven't responded back to you, one has responded yes and one's responded no.
Yes, okay. Correct.
All right. Other than that, I think we're in good shape here. Rich, thank you for the updates from last week or the last meeting regarding my sitting on the board here and of commissioners, and also sitting on the town council. I guess my only question is to all of my colleagues, commissioners, is do you want me on the board still?
Yes.
Vote on
Yes.
that? Yes. Okay. At any time that you want me to get rid of me, just say so.
Oh no. You're not going anywhere.
No.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
You're stuck.
Yeah.
I just want to check, you know?
Just when you thought you could get out, they pull you back in.
Damn.
That's right.
You gotta keep it light, you know, guys? So other than that, I'm proud to work with all of you. And also, as I said before, I believe we've got a lot of forward motion going on. And I saw the comments regarding meeting minutes from the past. Danelle, we did not discuss, but that was an email that you also sent out today. So when do we want to discuss that?
So I was going to ask Rich, kind of his opinion on that. So I'm not quite sure, what to do in the case where we don't have recordings or notes.
Do you want me to address that now, or
Yeah.
you want to talk offline?
Yeah, if you could. No, yeah, if you could, that'd be great.
Well, so we have the doctrine of necessity that comes into play, and we don't have any as Danelle stated or notes even of what transpired. So all we can do is do the best we can in trying to reconstruct what happened at a particular meeting and make a note in the minutes that would be approved for that meeting. And obviously, I don't believe Christian was here, Paul was here, Dave was here, but there are meetings that we simply don't know and we're guessing. That's all we can.
It's a little hard to hear you, Rich.
I'm sorry, is this better?
Yeah, much better.
Yeah.
Okay. So I apologize. So we have to adopt meetings that are essentially reconstructed from memory or from documents that we have resolutions that we know were dated a certain date that we can presume they were adopted at a particular meeting, and do the best we can cobbling together a history of what happened at a particular meeting, and then adopting it with a note, obviously, in the meeting minutes for that particular meeting that these were reconstructed. And that's all we can do.
I have a question, and this is, I saw the email myself. In some cases, there were no agendas. Like how are you gonna piece together minutes if you don't even have a copy of an agenda?
Well,
Right.
I'm hoping, I think Rich, you put together the agendas for the 2 meetings over that summer of last year. So Colette, I did ask Colette to reach out to the 3 board members that were on the board then to see if they happened to have any email as the agenda. I'm hoping that somebody has it so that we can at least kind of put something together.
Okay.
And
So-
Mike, if it turns out that we don't have an agenda, we can't find one for a meeting, and we know a meeting occurred, all this board can do is adopt meeting minutes or put a statement in the record stating that we don't have any information regarding what transpired on this particular date.
That would satisfy the requirement.
Yes, because we can't go back in time, and we're not going to invent things. So we can only do what we can do, and that's give an accurate, honest reporting of what transpired or what we believe to have transpired, or if we don't know if anything transpired at a particular meeting.
So would it be fair to say whatever Colette sent out as an email, if she was to take that and put it on MUA letterhead and say this is what our investigation showed, that is really the best that we can do, right?
Correct. And then you as a board could accept that correspondence via motion at a meeting, and then it's part of the files.
How many different meetings are missing?
If you look at that, yeah, Paul, did you see the email
Yes.
from Colette?
July and August, and then November and December.
If I remember right,
And an email was sent out today in regard to that?
Yeah, Colette sent an email out just specifically about the minutes and the agendas, and then she researched it and then summarized what she came up with. And that was an email by from Colette.
Because I left work early today, so I didn't see that email. I have a lot of them. I do not have something from that November, and I that could have been because I wasn't there because that's when I was going through the eye surgeries, so I might not have been at that meeting. But some of the summer ones, if I got a banker's box full of paperwork, so I can take a look over the course of the weekend after I see the email tomorrow and I get an idea of the dates. I can dig through them and see if I can find something.
Right, and refer.
We're just missing the agenda because what we have agendas for November and December. So we just don't have recordings. So we'll have to piece together the minutes like Rich said. But for July and August, we don't have agendas. And I know that we had a meeting in August because I believe that we appointed Matt at that time. So yeah.
July and August of 2019, we're talking, right?
Yes. Yeah, the agendas are missing for June, July, and August of 2019.
All right, let me write this down so I can remember it, and then I'll take a look to see what I can find over the course of the weekend.
Thanks so much.
When we were talking about this before, I was saying I went back through my notes and I said that I was down. I didn't attend the November meeting because I was in Florida, and Kristen remembered that that somebody else was.
I was absent.
You were absent too.
Yeah.
So we might not have had a quota.
Yeah, sounds right.
Me.
So Paul probably wasn't there either. I think there was no. My sense is that there was no.
Meeting.
I believe there was no November meeting.
No, we didn't have a quorum.
Yeah.
What I would recommend everybody just read the email from Colette as a reference, and then Dave, Kristen, and Paul, since you're the only. You're on the MUA, read that and see what you can find. And then if you can find something, especially an agenda, because that's the only thing you'll have.
Yeah.
If you find an agenda, that would be helpful. If you can't, then what we'll do, as Rich says, we'll take whatever Colette wrote, we'll put it in an official document, and then present that at the next meeting as this is what our findings are, and this is what we came up with.
Okay.
All right, I'll definitely pour through it over the course of this weekend.
Thanks.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and with that, Mike, also the action will be is that'll have to be followed up with a letter for the Oprah requests that were done for those meeting minutes as well.
Yeah, right. Well, that'll happen to be our response if we can't find any agendas. Then we'll have to document what we found, and then
Only because it shows due diligence that we made our best efforts to find out any information that we had and that we've covered ourselves legally.
correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, thanks for that. I appreciate that.
And then that also puts us in compliance with the audit, correct, Danelle?
Yes.
Right. That was part of the going back to the audit, making sure that we had that taken care of.
All right, thanks for that discussion. Hey, Dave, do you have any comments? Dave McDermott?
No, I'm good.
Kristen Wheaton?
No comments. No further comments. I know I had been wanting and just keeping tabs on our response to the Oprah requests, and I think we've addressed that already.
Good. Thanks, Kristen. Paul?
I don't know if this is for now or executive. I'm just we're going to discuss the email that I'll send regarding the 2005-2013 agreements and the flow data.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah, we're going to do that in executive.
Okay.
Any other comments?
Okay.
The only other comment I have, Danelle, is that please follow up. We sent a letter down for the sewer service area map. We got a response from the DEP to give us regulatory guidance. And we need to follow up with Lynn to get a level of effort to complete that process. She said she was going to give us an estimate of how much time it's going to take to address all those, the needs for the sewer service area map. Can you follow up with Sarin on that?
Yeah, definitely will.
And then that dog has a vote, right? That dog officially have a vote?
Yeah, that dog, that's my dog. I had to let him out. He sees a deer in my.
Yeah, it's voting on something tonight.
He's
All
my
right. So what, I think the next order is we're going to make a motion to go into executive session.
Yes.
And just as a point of order, Rich, we go into executive session, we have to come back and close the meeting?
Yes. Yep. You come back, you resume open session, and then you make a motion to adjourn, or you take action as needed if there's any action items that need to be taken after executive. I don't believe, Mike, that this executive session is going to result in action, but it might upon resumption of open session. So it's always best when we go into executive for Danelle to state the reasons, contractual matters, potential litigation, and then as a catch-all, so you're covered, say that action may be taken upon resuming regular session. That way we're covered.
Okay, good. Well said. You want to anybody want to make a motion to go into executive session?
I'll make the motion.
Paul Carney made the motion to go into executive session, seconded by Dave McDermott. All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Anybody opposed? Anybody abstain? All right, so we're going to follow the link. Which one, Danelle, that you sent out?
Yeah, it's with the link is in the email with your packet for this evening. So if you go back to that email,
Okay.
you'll find the link for that. And then just a reminder, like Rich just said, so this is for the purposes of contractual agreements and litigation, and we will be back and action may be taken afterwards.
Wait a minute, which, you're talking about the packet that you sent out last week?
Yes. Monday.
Yes.
I think it was Monday.
Okay. All right, got it. On
You all
July
good?
20th. Not yet. I'm looking for it, make sure I have it.
The one that was sent Monday, July 27th.
That's where I'm at. I'm just trying to make sure I had the link in there.
Yeah, the link is in there for the closed session.
It says meeting minutes for, oh my God, where is it?
Everyone just refer to, and Paul, you stay on. I'll dial you in. All right, Paul?
I got the link for the Zoom for this session.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're good. We'll leave here and then we'll go into that closed one. Okay.
Danelle, please resend that link to me.
I'm resending it right now. I'm resending it right now.
It's not
Yeah,
coming up.
resend it. Because I thought we were going to stay in on this Zoom meeting, this meeting for 4 hours so that we didn't have to switch in and out.
No.
No,
I
we
mean,
have to go into.
You could always mute yourself here, right? And then go to the other meeting.
All right. Thank you, Danelle.
Yep, no worries. See you in a
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.